Shaddai and Elohim, emanations of El and their corporeal nature. The term Shaddai is often regarded as synonymous with Elohim, indicating a shared aspect of divine power and authority. Both Shaddai and Elohim are plural terms, denoting a collective manifestation of divine beings, emanating from the corporeal substance of El, the supreme and self-existent power. While Shaddai and Elohim are commonly understood as representing divine authority, they also reflect the emanation of divine strength and essence, drawn from El's corporeal being. Just as El represents the great first and the infinite one, from whose energy the Shaddai and Elohim derive their strength, Shaddai can be understood as another name for Elohim. The connection between Shaddai and Elohim is evident in biblical texts, such as in the encounter with Abram in Genesis 17:1, where the Lord announces, "I am El Shaddai, walk before me and be thou perfect." This interaction underscores the powerful emanation of divine energy from El, the supreme being, to the plural manifestations of Shaddai and Elohim. The distinction between Shaddai and Elohim lies in their roles as emanations of divine power, yet both emanate from the corporeal substance of El. Shaddai, meaning the strength of the powerful ones, conveys the idea of strength and power derived from a higher, corporeal source. This higher power is El, the possessor of the earth, whose right alone it is to lay cities in ruin, as seen in the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, Gen. 19, Amos 4:11. The Elohim are agents of this power, fulfilling their roles through the divine energy bestowed upon them by El. The understanding of Shaddai and Elohim as emanations emphasizes the corporeal nature of El, who is not formless, but a tangible, powerful being from whom the divine manifestations of Shaddai and Elohim derive their substance and authority. El, in his self-existent, uncreated power, is the source of all creation and the ultimate origin of divine manifestations. In Genesis 35:1-4, where Elohim instructs Jacob to make an altar to the one true El, the distinction between Elohim, the divine beings, and El, the supreme divine being, is important. Elohim, plural and often understood as divine beings or heavenly messengers, serve as agents of El, whose corporeal substance is the origin of their strength and power. The altar that Jacob is instructed to make is to be dedicated to El, the supreme power, not a generic deity. This distinction emphasizes that Elohim, as emanations from El, act in accordance with his divine will, pointing to the corporeal nature of both El and the divine beings associated with him. Furthermore, the term Shaddai does not mean almighty, as is often translated in conventional interpretations. Instead, it refers to a collective manifestation of divine beings, reflecting their emanation from El's corporeal substance. The idea of almighty obscures the deeper understanding that Shaddai represents a plurality of divine beings who are powerful because they share in the emanated strength and energy of El. The Elohim and Shaddai, as divine beings, are not self-originating, but are part of the emanative process from the corporeal substance of El, who alone is the source of all power and existence. Thus, Shaddai and Elohim are not simply abstract powers or titles, but are corporeal emanations from El, reflecting his divine nature in a plural form. Their power, strength, and authority are not independent, but are derived from the one true El, the source of all divine emanation.